Most people don't think that a homemade grilled cheese should cost $20 to make, but I promise you, those people are wrong. When you get some money in your pocket, you can basically only do two things with it. You can either save it or spend it. And yeah, you could invest or pay down debt or even just give the money to a friend, but let's just consider all those things either saving or spending. Just humor me for a second. And at some point, everyone who spends money is going to splurge on something nice. So here's a few things that are actually worth your extra cash. Number one is paper products in general. I have COVID literally right now, and I can tell you the difference between a good tissue and a bad one. And literally everybody who's ever been sick and blown their nose before knows the difference right when they feel it, right when they put it up to their nose. A good tissue versus a bad tissue. We all know what I'm talking about here. When you're blowing your nose all day, you're gonna want the best stuff possible, and a scratchy paper towel is gonna get old real fast. I'm sure I don't need to keep going on why you need to get the nice tissues. We've all been there. Next time you're at the store, it's just another $1 or $2 to get the nice stuff, so just do it. But on the subject of paper towels, have you ever tried to clean a mirror with like really cheap paper towels you got at the dollar store? Like your roommates in college, you guys are all poor, so you buy the cheapest cleaning products available. And you've got the cheap paper towels that just leave like white paper residue on the mirror as you're trying to like spray it with some Windex and wipe it down. Yeah, those things are garbage and they're nothing more than an overpriced napkin. Get the nice paper towels too, because they don't actually soak up any liquids, they leave residue on everything, and they're gonna leave streaks anytime you try to clean a glass surface. So again, really just all paper products, it's another $1 or $2, for the package you're getting. It's not that much more expensive just to get the good stuff, so just do it. When it comes to anything made out of paper, it's worth the extra $1 or $2 per package just to get the thing that's actually gonna do the job the way you need it to. Number two, and I know this may come out of left field for a lot of you guys, but it's hiking shoes. We've all been on a hike before, right? Like we get out with some friends, or like maybe we're hanging out with some family for the holidays or for some odd reason. We've got a few hours to kill on a Saturday morning and everyone's like, what should we do? Well, maybe we could go do a hike. Are there any trails around here? I don't know how many times I've had that conversation with either friends or relatives where we just don't really have anything better to do, and so we're gonna go try out a hike. And 9 times out of 10, we're gonna try a hike that none of us have ever done before and that we actually underestimated from the pictures or whatever we read about it online. And once you get there and you realize you're in over your head, you wish you'd brought better shoes. Like we all have that friend who we've gone hiking with, and every time, for some reason, they're just in their Vans or like a pair of flip-flops. Completely inappropriate footwear. Like, yeah, you can do easy walking trails in those shoes, but anytime you see them, you can tell they're miserable. And if you've been that person, then you know that it's worth it to just get some better shoes. A light pair of hiking shoes or hiking boots isn't that much more than just a normal pair of shoes, and really, depending on where you look, they could be like the exact same price or even cheaper. Let's all just acknowledge that at some point in our lives, we're gonna go on another hike, and our shoe sizes probably aren't gonna be changing anytime soon, so you might as well just pick up a decent pair of hiking shoes that'll last you for several years. That way you can actually have a little bit of tread when you're trying to get up some mountain. Because we all know the worst thing is trying to walk up, a rock with some gravel on it or something, and your feet just keep slipping and you feel like you're gonna fall off the face of a cliff. I've been there and it's not fun. Even a cheap hiking shoe that maybe you even bought used is so worth the money just for that little bit of extra tread and that grip that it's gonna give you. Because even a cheap shoe is gonna have way more grip on slippery surfaces than a pair of Vans or flip-flops. All right, number 3, the one you've been waiting for is grilled cheese sandwiches, but not just grilled cheese sandwiches. Hear me out. If you're like me, then you try to be a little bit frugal with your money, especially when you're grocery shopping, because the difference of maybe $3 between one item and another item really adds up when you're buying 20 different things. So I try to save my money when I'm grocery shopping and really shopping for anything. I always look for deals. But have you ever had an everyday item made with the most premium ingredients possible? And to illustrate this, I'm going to just briefly tell you about the $25 grilled cheese sandwiches that I made for my wife while we were dating in college. So my cooking skills were not amazing. I survived somehow, but I wanted to impress my wife, who was my then girlfriend at the time. So while she was at work after her classes, I went to the store. I went to the bakery, I hit up the deli, and I got the best ingredients possible for these grilled cheeses. At the bakery, I picked out this beautiful sourdough roll. It wasn't even cut. It was a loaf of bread, but it was from the bakery. They hadn't even cut it into slices. You got to do that at home. It was fancy. And then I skipped on over to the deli and I picked out the nicest applewood smoked, thick cut bacon that I could find. It was juicy. It was good looking stuff. After the bacon, I went and found myself a nice cheese. I'd done a little bit of research. I wasn't trying to just show up with some random ingredients, and I had settled on a nice Gruyere for the evening. And I don't know if that's actually how you pronounce it. I still don't know. You're not getting a whole lot of cheese for your money, but you are getting a whole lot of flavor. So I paid for all the ingredients and I put them in my backpack, rode my skateboard back to my apartment, and surprised my wife by texting her and saying that I would make dinner tonight for our date night. You can ask her, but I promise you that these were the best grilled cheeses either of us have ever had. And you can do this with anything, not just grilled cheeses. Think of something that you eat on a regular basis and just think, well, how can I make this with the best ingredients possible for the most flavor I can possibly get? And right now, I'm not going to do this because, again, I have COVID and I can hardly taste anything. But I promise you that once I can actually taste things again, I'm going to be making those grilled cheeses. Because in preparation for this video, I realized I haven't done that with those ingredients to make that grilled cheese again for years. I would like to try some new recipes. So if you guys have something that you're going to try with the best ingredients possible, let me know because I'm definitely interested in that. Anyways, I'm sorry it's been so long since my last upload, but I promise I still love you guys and I'll catch you next time.